Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. Before we begin, let's get some business out of the way. If you are new, subscribe to the channel, leave a like for the video. I promise it's going to be good. And feel free to comment. I know for a fact that Steph Curry is not a human being, and I can say that without fear because many people won't believe me, and he will get to continue his illustrious career as a professional athlete, even though I will be exposing the alien that he is in this video. Don't be alarmed, I am not a Steph Curry hater, quite the opposite. I know I used the word exposing before, and it is a very strong word, but it's just the truth. Steph Curry is an alien. I've got proof, and I'm tired of keeping it to myself. You guys deserve to know the truth, so I will be exposing the truth. It's not a bad thing. I don't want to hurt his career. I just want you all to recognize and appreciate the wonder that we see on a nightly basis when the Golden State Warriors play. There are aliens among us, and Steph Curry is living proof. A lot of people will watch games that the Golden State Warriors play, and they will say that Steph Curry is in video game mode, or they will say that he is doing stuff that you can only do in a video game. Let me be the first to say that's a lie. That's a downright lie. Steph Curry doesn't do things that you can do in a video game. Steph Curry cannot be replicated by video games. The things that this alien is doing good on the basketball court can't be replicated with a controller. I'm going to challenge all of you to go and watch any amazing play that Steph Curry has ever made in his career and try to replicate it using a video game. Let me tell you right now, it is impossible. No matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you practice, no matter how many days you take off from work and try to get it right on your controller, you will never be able to replicate Steph Curry's greatness on a video game. This alien is just too good. Believe me, I am calling him an alien with the most positive and elated thoughts in my mind. I am so blessed to be able to watch his magical alienness at work. This guy isn't even a regular alien. He is a magical, special alien. I bet that in a galaxy far, far away, they were playing basketball and Steph Curry was so dominant, they had to search for another league in another galaxy to send him to. That's how he ended up on Earth. I have proof. Listen to this. Steph Curry's real name is Wardell Stephen Curry II. Let me repeat that. His real name is Wardell. This is a name that you adopt when you go to a foreign planet and you want to fit in. Wardell is a name that nobody thinks twice about to say, that's strange. Wardell is not the name of a superstar. The fact that his name is Wardell means he tried to hide his identity by choosing a name that isn't suspicious. I bet it was only after this guy started to dominate the sport he was sent from another planet to play that he started to be called Steph Curry. Can you imagine telling people that your favorite superstar was Wardell? That's why he stopped going by the name Wardell. If that's not proof enough, listen to this. A developer of the most popular basketball video game right now, the NBA 2K franchise, told a Forbes writer that Steph Curry's shooting ability has been tough to accurately replicate in the game because the things that Steph Curry is doing on the court shouldn't be possible for humans to do. What do you think about that, my friends? Do you believe in his magical alienness now? My man Kevin Hart believes me. He knows Steph Curry isn't human, but he just doesn't know what race he is. I mean, listen to him.
People, I didn't want to tell you this, but I have no choice. All-Star Weekend in Toronto, Steph Curry, he says, Kevin, come here. He lifts up his arm. The man had mechanical shit in his arm. Wires and shit. He's a robot. He's not real.
Still have doubts? Tell me if there's a human that could do this. Steph Curry had the record for the most three-pointers in a single season. The following season, with 24 games left to play, Steph Curry has already broken the NBA record that he set in the past. This is what I think happened. I think that he got an upgrade some way, somehow, over the offseason, like in the Matrix, and what he saw was the results of that upgrade. I think his species evolves faster than ours. We often say that Steph Curry is the best shooter of all time. And I think we need to stop saying this. Hear me out. If you were explaining basketball to someone who has never watched basketball before, and you told them what a jumper or a shot was, and you then tell them that Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, do you think that they would understand his greatness from that? I am 100% certain that this person would not fully comprehend his greatness by you simply saying that he's the greatest shooter of all time. I think that we need to start saying that Stephen Curry is a mysterious shooter that can shoot the basketball in ways that other great shooters can't even begin to understand. I watched a few of Steph Curry's clips a few hours ago, and most of the time my mouth was wide open in disbelief. Like it was the first time I'm seeing those videos, and the other half of the time I was just saying to myself, how in aliens named it? Those things that if it wasn't on camera, you would never believe it really happened. Guys, do you remember the game in which Stephen Curry dribbled behind his back and broke Chris Paul's toes, toenails, ankles, knees, hips? He just about broke everything. Okay, do you remember when the Golden State Warriors went up against the Houston Rockets in the playoff and Steph Curry booked practice time on the Houston Rockets court? Chris Paul supposedly kicked him off the court because he didn't want him to practice. Guys, let me tell you the real truth behind that story. Chris Paul did not kick Steph Curry off the court because he did not want him to practice. Chris Paul kicked him off the court because Steph Curry embarrassed Chris Paul with those 2 bounces behind his back. Let me tell you what happened. Yes, I know you already know what happened, but I need to tell you the story. This happened about 5 years ago in a game where Stephen Curry dribbled from the top of the key towards the basket and then turned on the baseline towards the corner. Chris Paul was chasing Steph Curry, and Steph dribbled once behind his back along the baseline towards the basket. Chris Paul stopped and then reacted to the behind-the-back crossover. Curry crossed over again towards the corner in the opposite direction, and man, let me tell you, that move rocked Chris Paul harder than a frustrated mother trying to rock her baby to sleep. To add insult to injury, Steph Curry, the cold-blooded alien that he is, casually picked up his dribble and swished that J. Stephen Curry scoring the ball after being horizontal in the air is another way to see that he is not a human. Many people have jumped off a trampoline and then dunked the basketball. That's not too hard to do because you are jumping to the rim to put the ball in the basket. Can you imagine jumping off a trampoline, getting horizontal in the air, and then scoring the basketball on a reverse shot? Let me do one simpler. Imagine jumping off a trampoline, going horizontal in the air while facing the basket and having the balance and skill to make a layup right before you hit the ground. Do you think a human could do that? Before you even attempt to answer that question, let me go back up one step. Stephen Curry was playing against the Memphis Grizzlies when he jumped in the air to make a layup, and he was pushed from behind while in the air. He adjusted, rebalanced, and was able to do a reverse layup while falling. Not human. After watching his incredible maneuverability while at awkward positions in the air, I think he learned this while he was floating around in the void of space on his spacecraft. If you still don't believe me, I have one more question that I am sure will convince you that Stephen Curry is not a human. Please, please, please tell me one human who is physically capable of making 105 three-point shots consecutively. I want to do you one better. I bet you can't name 2 human beings that can come together to make 105 consecutive three-point shots. It is no secret that Curry has made 105 three-pointers. There is a video to prove it, so I don't even have to convince you. Do you know how hard it is to make 105 three-point shots if you are a human? If you were playing a video game, you would not be able to make 105 three-point shots without immense effort. Man, I can't even begin to understand how special this man is. All I can do is acknowledge that I am blessed to be alive to appreciate what he is doing.